Looking for an already pre-made cockpit, something that you can take home and put in your living room and just turn it on and drive? Well, in this video, I'm gonna tell you guys why Sim Coaches has the best offerings for turnkey simulators here in the United States and what makes us so much different than every single other offering that you're gonna find out there. So let's get into the video. All right guys, welcome back. Yes, in this video, I do have a black eye. I hit my eye off something, the side of my cheek here, and it happened to turn into a black eye. Don't let that stop you from watching this video though, because I'm going to give you guys a lot of information on why our turnkey cockpits are the best offering that you are going to find when you're looking for one. We package our cockpits incredibly uniquely. We give you guys a ton of value, a ton of different pieces, and I'm gonna show you guys that right now. So right here behind me, we have our Pro turnkey cockpit that's on. I was just playing some BeamNG, messing around, trying to see just different things that I could do on that game. I was really interested to see, what BeamNG would be able to do because I've seen just a lot of people talk about it. So that's what I have. Now, this is one of our Pro turnkey cockpits. It has a couple different things on it that are different than stock, but still I can show you guys a lot of different things on it because essentially this is, the unit that you would receive. So here it is. These things are beautiful. We build these here in-house and then we'll box them up, crate them up, and then we ship it to your house. One big thing that we do that is very different than everybody else is when we ship these things to your house, we also arrive to your house when it gets there and we do the install. So we will install this into the rooms that you guys want. We put them where you guys want. And then since we're already there, we train you on how to use the unit. No other company in the United States does that. We fly out and we meet every single cockpit at the house. It's mandatory. We do it. We make sure that everything is set up beautifully. We make sure that you're incredibly happy with it. We make sure that you know how to use it. And that's really important to us. It means nothing when you have the most beautiful unit sitting in your living room if you don't know how to use it. So it's very, very important to us that we give you guys the best experience possible by not only building the best unit possible, but also training you guys on how to use the best unit. Hey guys, let's take a quick break from the video because I have an incredible offer for you guys. Right now, we're talking about our turnkey cockpits, and if you're interested in one, right now is the time to reach out to us. I'm gonna offer you guys 5% off of a full turnkey cockpit delivered to your guys' house. So what you need to do right now though, is you need to send me a text because the only way I'm gonna give you guys this offer is by you personally reaching out and texting me. The cell phone number is 702-246-2295. Reach out and just say turnkey cockpit or something like that, and let me know that you're interested in one of these, and let's chat. Let's see about what it is that you actually want on your cockpit, how we can customize this thing to fit your needs, and then ultimately when the date is that we'll set to get the thing delivered to your house. So if that sounds like a plan, then make sure you send me a text to 702-246-2295 if you want to save 5% on your very own turnkey cockpit. All right guys, back to the video. So here's some of the different pieces that come stock on it. This is the Cube Controls sport wheel. This is a wired wheel. It has paddle shifters and a lot of different buttons on the front face. That is a stock wheel that we send with our Pro turnkey chassis. We do that because they're pretty high quality. We've never had any issues with them. And it's just a really beautiful starting wheel. One that we know every single unit that might come with it. It's just a great wheel. It's a great offering. It always works. So here's the chassis. This one happens to use our thicker aluminum. That's 40 millimeter wide, and then this is 160 millimeter tall. The big thing about using this chassis over some of the others is it's very rigid. So the larger the profile, the bigger the mounts, the brackets that are holding it, the more rigid it is, the less flex you're gonna get. All of our turnkey chassis come with our hydraulic pedals as well, as you can see this one here. Now the only thing that's different though is this is in a inverted format, whereas base they actually come as standard, so floor mounted, similar to how that throttle is. So you wouldn't actually see this inverted cage unless you asked for it, but they would come floor mounted down below. They also come with our PCs. We build these PCs in-house. They're not pre-built PCs, nothing like that. These are PCs that we spec to the specifications that we want. These meet our specs and they perform incredibly high. We have 3 different level PCs. The Pro chassis comes with our stage 2 stock, and then that light chassis over there starts with our stage 1 stock. There's a little bit of differences in the PCs, from graphics card to CPU, things like that just make it operate better. Sparco seats. We use Sparco exclusively. Well, no, that's kind of a lie because we also use OMP. But OMP and Sparco, those are the 2 manufacturers that we use for seats because they're very high quality. We know that the padding inside of the seat is going to feel good when you sit down in it. We use fixed back, but we also use recliners. So it kind of just depends on what it is that you're looking for. We can use them all. And then we have large seats that can fit up to 38-inch waists. And then the recliners are very open. So any waste can fit inside of the recliner. Down here on the bottom, this is a butt kicker. Now, some people, when they hear butt kicker, they're not quite sure what that means. This is a big old, you can think of it as like a big old vibrating disc. So right underneath your butt, you'll feel this thing vibrating, and it just gives you a little bit more realism when you guys are driving out there on the racetrack. You know, we don't send these units stock with motion. It is something that we can do, but that really is our Pro Plus Motion package that's on our website. Those ones start quite a bit higher than these ones, because not only is it 4-axis motion, but it's also surge and traction loss pads that are underneath on the bottom. So that gives drivers quite a bit of extra feel. The wheelbase that the steering wheel is connected to is, of course, a semi-cube. This is our Pro chassis, so it comes with the Pro semi-cube, 25 Newton meter stock, and then a lot of times, you know, we do turn those down a little bit because of just how strong that they are. At least in game, we turn them down. You can see these beautiful monitor mounts. These things are awesome, and probably the product that we actually get asked about the most, but it's the one that we don't sell individually. But these monitor mounts are awesome because it allows you to get these screens, the side screens, really tight to the driver. People that don't have these monitor mounts, you might have seen, you know, a lot of times they have their screens like that. You know, imagine the gap closed up, but the screen's really wide and open. And the downfall to that is when you're sitting inside of the seat here, with the screens that open, your peripheral vision still sees everything out here off to the side. But with our monitor mounts being able to close up nice and tight, you know, your peripheral vision is basically all monitor, it's all screen. That's kind of all you see. It's almost as if you're actually in the car on track. Now, the downfall to the monitors being that tight is if these monitors didn't open up, then it would be incredibly difficult to squeeze in there. But we designed our monitors to be able to be on a swing arm, so you can get in, you can get out, and it gives you just plenty of space, you know, when you're doing it. 32-inch monitors are on this one. We use MSI as well as Samsung monitors on our cockpits because they're very high quality. 2560 by 1440 are our 32-inch monitors. So the picture that you get is very crystal clear. It's a great image quality. It looks, you know, amazing. So we don't skimp out on any of that kind of hardware. We give just beautiful hardware. That yellow button that you see is the e-stop. That's for the semi-cube, so if things go haywire, then you can press that button and it would stop. This doesn't come stock. This is a camera that we put on the on our chassis so that when we're sitting inside of it, we can stream and people can watch us. That's something that we are able to add on for people that are interested in it, but just ask us questions about it. And then these speakers that you see right here, these are not the speakers actually that we use. We had to put these on here just temporarily. We usually have the Razer Leviathan soundbar that goes right there on the top. It's incredibly loud, and in most cases people turn it down because of how loud that it can get. It gives you really crystal clear sound quality. The audio sounds absolutely amazing, and we can also, you know, we also put headphones on these things too. We have headphone mounts, and we use the Astro A40s and A50s to make sure that, you know, you have headphones with your mic so you can talk to your friends if you want to do any of that. So that's our Pro chassis. That's an awesome one. Of course, comes with the keyboard. This one doesn't have the keyboard mounts on it. This one does. We had to take them off, but this one does. So the keyboard that you see over there would sit inside of these mounts just like that, and it keeps it clean, puts it right next to the driver, so you always know where your keyboard's at. This is our light chassis. Little bit of differences in the way that they're built. The aluminum extrusion right here in the light chassis is quite a bit smaller than the aluminum that's on our Pro. The one downfall to this is the light chassis has a little bit more flex. So if you're a heavier person, you're pretty strong, you're a big guy, the light chassis in a lot of cases won't work if you fit in those categories. If you're a kid, you're a smaller person, you're only gonna use load cell pedals, not really high, you know, not the hydraulic pedals, then this chassis will work fine for you and you won't have any issues. Pedals, this one over here, as I showed you, it was the hydraulic pedals. These are our load cell. So different design, doesn't require as much pressure as the hydraulic ones do. And so that's why it fits a little bit better on this chassis, because you can see that the bars that the pedals actually mount on, it's only 40/40 bars. So if you had really heavy duty pedals on this, it would flex the plate just a little bit. PC on it, because we always put PCs on them. And then the PCs, we always mount them to the cockpit. So the PC, it's one, you know, it's part of the simulator. So that's how they ship also. When we ship these things, we freight it to your house, PC's on it, so it's already arrived. We wire tuck all of our wires as well. We keep these things very, very clean. And the thing that's cool about wire tucking them is we have our power strip here, and the power strip wire runs through the channel, and it's one plug that runs this entire chassis. So you don't have wires everywhere. The wires are not out in the open. It's incredibly clean. You know, if you had to move this cockpit, it's seriously, this is the only plug that it is. You unplug it, you know, you put a furniture dolly underneath it, roll it to where you need to roll it to, and then get your plug it back into the wall, and you're good to go. That's all that it is. We keep this so simple in design because we just like how things look when they're clean. That is not the steering wheel that comes stock on it, but this is a P1 formula wheel. Very nice wheel with the screen and the LEDs. But that wheel is attached to, of course, a SimiCube. This SimiCube though is the SimiCube Sport, so the 17 Newton meter base, whereas that one has the Pro, the 25 Newton meter base that's on it. Old soundbar, we don't use that soundbar anymore. That's the older version that we used. Again, we've upgraded the soundbars to the Razer Leviathan, so we won't use this one anymore. The reason why we upgraded away from these soundbars is because they have their own power supply. They plug into the power strip, and the problem with that is it takes up a power port that we need, you know, when we're putting different things on it. So we don't use these soundbars that have their own external power. We use the Razer Leviathan because it takes power straight from the USB-C port in the back of the PC here. And that's plenty of power and plenty of sound for what we're using it for. All of our cockpits, as you're gonna see this one as well, has the butt kicker on it. So they come with the butt kicker. We hide it underneath just to keep it nice and clean. Here it is right here. But it's always positioned right underneath your butt so that you can feel what the car is trying to tell you while you're driving it. So that's our light turnkey offering. Beautiful simulator. This one, all of them actually come with the 49-inch ultra wide. This is how they come stock, is with this screen right here. But these two happen to have triples on it. Those ones over there are 32s. These ones right here are 27s. When I showed you just now the screens, you might have seen this guy. This is our Go-kart simulator. This is meant for little kids. You know, you would have to be quite tiny in order to fit in this. Right now, the pedals in the seat are very, very close because we had a 4-year-old in it driving it, so we had to pull everything quite a bit closer. But generally, you know, kids that are up to about, you know, 9, 10 years old will fit on this. The thing that's really cool with our Go-kart simulator offering is with small modifications, it actually turns into our light turnkey simulator. So you can see these sidebars that the monitors are attached to here. They're at an angle, and that's so that we can drop this, the wheel mount down a little bit. It's at an angle just like a real Go-kart would be, but when your child gets too large for this, all that you would need to do is stand these monitor mounts back up, so the ones that's on, stand it up, and then the seat, you just put a full-size seat on, and then this simulator right here becomes that simulator right there. So you start off buying this one right here for your child, and then as they get older, as they get bigger, boom, it upgrades to that one, with really only modification that you would have to buy that's external would be the seat, because the rest of the pieces are all there. This Go-kart simulator comes packaged in terms of PC the same as that one does. SimiCube, this also has the Sport, just like that one does. So 17 Newton meter base. For the kids, we turn these things down a lot. So the kids are not gonna get hurt, but again, as they grow and they get older, we turn that wheelbase up, and it's able to give a lot more power. Now, the only other offering besides these ones that we have is our Pro Plus Motion, and I don't have one of those here right now to show you, just because, you know, we're still trying to put this place together. That's actually a pretty cool simulator here that we're putting together for a customer. This one actually has the recliner seat on it that I was telling you about, or one of the models on it, which is awesome. But sorry, I got brought off track. Our Pro Plus Motion model is this simulator right here with the motion platform added to it. So that would be the 4 actuators in the corner, and then it also has surge and traction loss pads underneath it. So the simulator is got corner rotation, so the thing's able to move like this, and then it also has surge, so it's able to move forward, and it's also able to move back, and then it has traction loss, so the back end is able to swing left and right, so you can feel when the back end is losing traction and you're in an oversteer situation, and then the front end is able also to move left and right, so you can feel when the front end of the car is starting to wash out on you. That's that's the one that will get you the closest towards ultimate realism. It doesn't simulate G-forces, but it gives you the sensations as if, you know, the car is losing grip or losing traction. So you guys, hopefully this video answered some of the questions you might have about turnkey offerings. Last big thing that we do that's just really different, besides us, you know, delivering these simulators to you and, you know, flying out to your house and actually installing them and also training you on it, is how we do our warranties. There is not another manufacturer or anybody out there on the market that even comes close to matching the way that SimCoach's warranties work. If it has a SimCoach's logo on it, it's a real lifetime warranty. If something happens to the piece, that, let's say the pedals, you know, one of your pedals goes faulty, you just send us an email and we will get those things, you know, fixed. We'll get them back to the way that they need to be operating. If, let's say, The PC, power supply goes out. Well, we also consider these PCs SimCoach's products because we assemble them. They're our own spec. We make them, we assemble them here in house. So power supply goes out, you send us an email, we'll have a new power supply out to you. Now that leads to the question of, well, what happens if it's not a SimCoach's product, right? What if it doesn't have a SimCoach's logo on it? Well, we also actually make the warranties there pretty sweet as well. So we do manufacturer's warranty plus an additional year warranty by SimCoach's. So even if it's past the manufacturer's warranty and you're in that extra year time frame and something fails, let's say the SimiCube. SimiCube has a 2-year warranty on it. Let's say it fails in 2 years and 7 months. Well, you're covered under the SimCoach's warranty. So we'll get you a new SimiCube base for your turnkey cockpit. And these are just things that we do to just give you guys more value than anybody else. You know, we really care about all of our customers. All of you guys mean a lot to us. It's your guys' trust in us that allows us just to build this company and get larger and larger. So the way that we show you guys our appreciation is by giving you guys just the most value that we absolutely can. And, you know, being right here alongside you, along for the ride. If you have any questions, you have any comments, you need any help, we're here and we're able to help. You know, we have a huge Discord community of drivers that are able to answer questions, give you guys, you know, tips and tricks and people that have been on our equipment since, you know, 3 years ago when we started this company. You know, as time goes on, we just get better and better. And that's the way that we just give you guys as much value as possible. So with that, guys, I'm gonna close this video out. Make sure you guys leave us comments down there below. Hit that like button so that we can just continue to feed the algorithm so more and more people can find out who SimCoach's is. And as always, make sure you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.